Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. My name is Fletcher and today we're diving into the 15 new Xbox and Game Pass games releasing in October 2024. This month is absolutely packed and there's a ton to get excited about, from the latest Call of Duty to the long-awaited Metaphor ReFantazio, so make sure you subscribe for more daily Xbox content and let's jump right into it. First up, we've got Throne and Liberty dropping on the 1st of October. This free-to-play MMO has been generating a lot of buzz and for very good reason. The game features massive PvP and PvE battles, which means you can team up with friends on the go or go head-to-head against rival guilds in large-scale warfare. One of the standout features here is the dynamic weather system and day and night cycles that really do affect the gameplay. For example, a sunny day might lead into a heavy rainstorm, reducing visibility and forcing you to rethink your combat strategy. Add to that the dual weapon system that lets you switch between fighting styles in real time, and you've got a game with an incredible amount of depth. Not to mention the shape-shifting mechanic where you can also turn into different animals to explore and engage in combat around the world. If you're into guild battles, castle sieges, or just immersing yourself in a living, breathing world, then Throne and Liberty is an MMO you'll want to keep your eye on. Next, we're skating onto the ice with NHL 25, and it's releasing on the 4th of October. For the sports fans out there, this one's got a lot to offer. The new Ice Cube animation system promises the smoothest and most realistic skating animations we've ever seen in a hockey game to date. But that's not all. Franchise mode has also received a major overhaul, offering more in-depth team management, scouting, and player development options. You can now control every single aspect of your team, from the locker room dynamics to long-term player development strategies. And another cool feature is also the grudge match system. This actually introduces rivalries based on previous encounters, so players will remember old grudges, and this affects their performance. If you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, you can also get a 10-hour free trial as part of your membership. So whether you're wanting to just play a casual game or build a dynasty in franchise mode, NHL 25 is definitely worth checking out. Next up, for fans of SpongeBob SquarePants, we've got the Patrick Star game, also releasing on the 4th of October. This is a sandbox-style adventure where you'll play as Patrick Star, exploring Bikini Bottom in all of its quirky glory. You'll complete missions for familiar faces like SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, and Plankton, and the game's physics-based mechanics add a ton of chaotic fun. You can use almost any object in this world to alter your surroundings, and with locations like Glove World and the Dump to explore, there's plenty of fan service in this game. There's even a Krabby Patty construction minigame. As you complete tasks, you'll collect jars of mayonnaise, which unlock new outfits, and if you're a fan of SpongeBob or just looking for a light-hearted adventure, this one's one to look out for. The legendary Dragon Ball Z series makes its long-awaited return, and this time with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and it hits shelves on the 11th of October. After a 15-year hiatus, this is easily one of the most anticipated fighting games of this year. The game features the classic 3D arena-style battles that we all love, but with massive improved modern enhancements. You'll use both aerial and ground combat that mimics the high-speed, intense fights from the anime. The cel-shaded graphics look even better than the show itself, running at a silky smooth frame rate which you come to expect. The game also boasts a massive character roster, including all of your favourite Z fighters and villains, and Sparking Zero also introduces custom battles, where you can modify character stats and environments for a truly unique experience. Whether you're a long-time fan or just a newcomer to this series, this is shaping up to be a love letter to all things Dragon Ball. Now, one game that I'm excited for, and let's talk about it, is Metaphor ReFantazio, the latest from Atlas, and it's dropping on the 12th of October. If you're a fan of games like Persona or Shin Megami Tensei, this fantasy JRPG should be on your radar straight away. It's set in a magical world where a tournament's being held to decide the next ruler, and you'll have to guide the protagonist as they team up with the kingdom's prince and a colourful cast of characters. The game actually blends both real-time and turn-based combat, which is pretty unique in this scenario. In smaller skirmishes, you can rely on fast, action-based combat, but during tougher battles, the game switches to turn-based strategy, really allowing for that more tactical depth. The world building here just looks incredible, with richly detailed environments and a narrative that promises deep emotional storytelling. I'll also be reviewing Metaphor ReFantazio closer to launch, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. We will all have to suit up soon because Starship Troopers Extermination is landing onto Xbox in mid-October. This is a 16-player co-op FPS where you and your squad take on waves of giant bug-like enemies. If you played games or wanted to play games like Helldivers, you'll know what kind of chaos to expect. The game game has been very fine-tuned since its early access release on PC, and the Xbox version will feature improvements like persistent bug corpses that can be used as cover, as well as new maps and mission types. This game is all about teamwork here, so your squad will need to communicate and coordinate to survive the onslaughts. If you love co-op shooters with high stakes and frenetic action, then this one will be a must-play. Transformers fans, we can finally get ready for a brand new Transformers games in Transformers Galactic Trials, and it's coming on the 11th of October. This roguelike racing game puts a new spin on the franchise, offering both Autobots and Decepticons as playable characters. Your mission in this game is to recover a powerful Prime relic that's been stolen by Nemesis Prime. The game combines fast-paced racing with combat elements, as you'll need to defeat enemies whilst navigating dangerous tracks. You can also upgrade your vehicle's speed, damage and handling using relics found throughout the game. There's even a local multiplayer mode for you and a friend to battle it out in arcade mode. So if you're a fan of the Transformers universe, this game is sure to deliver some exciting fast-paced action. The much anticipated New World Eternum finally makes its way to Xbox this October. Originally it did launch onto PC, and this MMO blends supernatural elements with historical exploration. It is set on the mysterious island of Eternum, and you'll be fighting both players and AI enemies in a world teeming with tons of secrets. The PvPvE mechanics also offer a nice blend and balance between cooperation and competition. So whether you're just wanting to quest solo or team up with your friends, New World offers an expansive world just full of possibilities. Next up is the horror game A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, and it's launching just in time for Halloween on the 17th of October. This is actually based on the hit film series, and this survival horror title places a strong emphasis on stealth. You'll need to avoid making noise to survive, as the alien creatures hunt based on your sound. The game is set to expand the universe of the movies, introducing some brand new characters and locations while keeping that nail-biting tension that fans really love. The Xbox version does promise enhanced graphics and immersion, which should make for an even scarier experience. So if you're into horror games, this is one to play in the dark with your headphones on. For all of you Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, Mutants Unleashed is arriving on the 18th of October, and it looks like a blast. It's inspired by last year's Mutant Mayhem film, and the game brings the 4 iconic turtles into a 3D platformer / brawler hybrid. You'll be able to play in both single player and co-op, fighting against mutant baddies and exploring iconic locations like the sewers and rooftops of New York City. The game uses a unique 2D meets 3D art style that's very reminiscent to the movie, and that gives it a fun comic book-like experience that we know and love. It's packed with action, and the gameplay footage shows some really fun looking combat and platforming sequences. Whether you're just a TMNT fan or just love action platformers, then this one looks like a ton of fun. So kicking off the last 5, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and it's finally launching on the 20th of October. This entry marks a return to the high-octane covert action the Black Ops series is just known for at this point. The single-player campaign will feature branching storylines, giving players more control over how the missions play out, much like Black Ops Cold War. The fan-favourite zombie mode also returns, offering a brand new storyline, new enemy types, and plenty of secrets to uncover, and this is also the return of round-based zombies. The real highlight though is the multiplayer, which now introduces the brand new Omni movement, and this lets you dive and sprint in any direction possible, and to be honest, it makes it a complete overhaul to the multiplayer that we know and love. Obviously, with the multiplayer mode, you can expect some brand new maps, tons of new weapons, and updated game modes that will really keep that adrenaline pumping. If you're a fan of Call of Duty, then Black Ops 6 is going to be a must-play this October. Oh, and if you have Xbox Game Pass, it will be launching on there day 1. Now, this next game is actually one that kind of really excited me. I wanted to play Unknown 9 Awakening for quite some while now, and you will play as Haruna, a young woman from Kolkata who discovers she can access the Fold, and this is a hidden dimension that overlaps with our reality. This game actually blends exploration, puzzle solving, and stealth with Haruna's unique abilities to manipulate time and phase through objects. It is set in a beautifully crafted version of Kolkata, where every single corner is filled with secrets and ancient mysteries. The story seems to be packed with intrigue as you uncover more about this Fold and Haruna's past, and you'll face an organization that sees her both as a threat and a savior. I've got this one marked in my calendar for the 23rd of October, as it's shaping up to be a must-play for anyone into mysteries and mind-bending puzzles. Again, I will have this review up just prior to launch, so make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out on that upload. Next up is Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, and it's dropping on the 24th of October. Fans of both the classic Sonic games and the more recent 3D titles are definitely in for a treat. This game brings together two of Sega's most iconic characters, Sonic and Shadow, in an adventure that spans both 2D and 3D levels. In this time-bending narrative, Dr. Eggman and Shadow's alter ego, Black Doom, team up to threaten multiple realities. You'll have to switch between Sonic's classic high-speed platforming and Shadow's more combat-oriented gameplay. Sonic Cross Shadow's generation also introduces the dual reality mechanic, where you'll need to solve puzzles and defeat enemies by interacting with alternate dimensions in real time. If you've really been craving the classic Sonic speed but with a darker twist, then this game is set to deliver that in a very big way. I cannot wait for this next Life is Strange game. Max Caulfield, the star of the original game, returns this time as a photographer in residence at Caledonian University. Max has tried to leave her past behind, but when one of her students, Safi, is found dead under mysterious circumstances, it pulls her right back into the world of time manipulation and difficult choices. What's really cool though about Double Exposure is that it really adapts to how you ended the first game, so your choices will really matter. Plus, you don't need to have played all the original games to jump into this one, so it's perfect for both new and returning players. The game also introduces a dual perspectives mechanic, letting you switch between Max and another character to piece together those clues. Visually, it really keeps that signature art style, but with even more polish, and the soundtrack, as always, is just on point. If you're a fan of emotional storytelling and mysteries, this is one to look out for on the 28th of October. Now, for the RPG fans, Dragon Age: The Veilguard is arriving on the 31st of October, and this game is set to make or break BioWare. Taking place after the events of Dragon Age Inquisition, the game dives deeper into the Veil, the barrier between the physical world and the Fade, where spirits and demons reside. In The Veilguard, you'll play as a new protagonist, a former Grey Warden tasked with protecting the fragile boundary between the worlds. The game introduces now new combat mechanics, including the ability to shift between the real world and the Fade during battles, and it really adds a strategic layer to the fights. You can expect the same deep storytelling and branching dialogue options that BioWare is just famous for, alongside a rich cast of characters both old and new. Whether you're returning to Dragon Age or just experiencing it for the very first time, Veilguard really promises an epic journey filled with magic, intrigue, and unforgettable choices. So we do also have 3 additional bonus games that are worth keeping your eye on this October. Starting with Redacted on the 10th of October, I'm actually really intrigued by this atmospheric roguelike as it's set in the Callisto Protocol universe. You will play as a guard trapped in a terrifying prison overrun by grotesque creatures. Each run offers randomized layouts and escalating challenges, so no 2 playthroughs are the same. The blend of fast-paced combat and a haunting soundtrack is sure to create a gripping experience. If you love horror games but with a twist, then this one's going to be a thrill ride on the 10th of October. As a long-time Diablo fan, I'm excited for this next expansion. It introduces the new Spiritborn class, which taps into mystical jungle spirits for devastating attacks. You'll be exploring the lush jungle region of Nahantu, and it sounds like a blast, especially with new dungeons and challenging enemies to face. Plus, the new PvE co-op activities will let you team up with friends for epic quests, and I cannot wait to dive into this one on the 8th of October. I've been looking forward to MechWarrior 5 Clans for quite some time now. You'll be stepping into the shoes of a fresh pilot from the Smoke Jaguar Cadet program during the iconic clan invasion. You'll be leading a squad of customizable battle mechs across diverse planets, and it sounds thrilling, especially with tactical combat that keeps you on your toes. The stunning visuals powered by Unreal Engine really promises to elevate the gameplay we know and love. So mark your calendars for October 31st, as this one's shaping up to be an epic adventure. So what game are you looking forward to this October? Let me know in the comments below. Also, remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on an upload, as we do cover Xbox news and content every single day. Whilst here, why don't you check out our most recent video on screen now, covering the 10 brand new games coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass in this week.